everybody, it's Brooke. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, thanks so much for dropping by. Hope you decide to stick around. I'm going to work in the idea book today because I haven't done that for a while, and if you haven't seen any of those, I am doing my own interpretation of Corey Dahman's idea book series, Flips, Flaps, and Folds. I will link Corey down below, and up here in the corner I'll put a link for the playlist where I work in my book. So I think what we're going to do today, I didn't write down the numbers. I think it's numbers 25 and 26 of Corey's series. So let's get started. I'm using my digital kit, Grandma's Kitchen, which is available in my Etsy shop. And I will also link that down below. And I'm using just some various cookbook pages because that's the theme of my idea book. So I went ahead and prepared, a couple of pockets, but we're going to make one together because this idea is an oldie but a goodie, and I sometimes forget how cool it looks on a page. So it's just stacked pockets. So I made a big one, and then I made, maybe that'll go over there, I made a little one. And now I think I want to make a tall, thin one for over here. You can do as many pockets as you want, as few pockets as you want. You can certainly just cut out the shapes, the squares or rectangles or whatever you want, and glue them flat on the paper. That works too. You know, just glue the pocket sides. Corey mentioned, which I thought was a really good idea, if you have paper that's a little more brittle and may not appreciate being folded into pockets, you could take junk mail envelopes and use those as the pocket base. Just cover them with the paper that you want to use, and that would take care of that problem of the paper being too delicate. So I went ahead and made two. This is the third option on how to do it, and I'm going to do one more pocket. So let's see how we like these. And then I think, actually I want that down further, huh? Decisions. And it's a good idea to look at the page they're going on to make sure that they'll fit. Decisions, can't decide. If I do that, it's going to end up covering up this part of the digi. Nope. We've got troubles already. I didn't plan this out very well. Okay, so that one could go there, and then we'll just make one to go there. So I'm going to use this page out of a vintage cookbook. That drawing cracks me up, and we're going to lose a lot of it, but that's okay. So normally I love this edge and I'll keep it, but to make it a little easier, I'm going to go ahead and chop it off, just because sometimes those torn bits get caught on each other and cause a ruckus. I don't want a ruckus. Okay, so I will save that to use it for something else for sure, because I love those bits. Alright, so how thin do we want our pocket? I'm just going to fold over there. You know, I'm trying to decide if I like this pink with this, and I think maybe I don't. I think we're going to change our mind and use this cookbook page. So let's fold over some right there. See if we can keep that pink sailboat. We're going to lose all the recipes, but what are you going to do? I think it'll be fine. So I think I want that pocket to go to about here. So then I'll just fold it over. Don't have to use a scoreboard. You can if you would like to. That's just fine. Let's get an idea about how tall we want it. Do we want it to go all the way down like that? And then that can go there. I believe we do. So let's just grab our ruler and give it a tear. There we go. Some fancy measuring right there, huh? And I'm going to fold a little bit up at the top just to reinforce that edge with things going in and out. Is it straight? Probably not, because it is me after all. What are the chances of it being straight? Not so good. There's that one. I'm going to tear some of the excess off because we don't need that much. just about a quarter of an inch is sufficient. And make sure I'm tearing the right piece off here. Am I creeping off camera? I'm sorry about that. If I did, that's too much. We don't need that much. Let's have that much. I love this book because the pages are so nice and sturdy, and it's got all these cute vintage images in it. So that'll be good. And then once again, how tall do we want it? I love tall, skinny pockets. They're fun. I think I'm going to fold up a little more than a quarter of an inch at the bottom. Okay. Now all I do is open this up, and I go to where the folds intersect, and I'll take my little scissors and cut at a little bit of an angle and a little bit of an angle there. I don't know if you probably can't even see that fold, huh? And I know all of us know how to make pockets, but I have had some comments from some folks that are just joining us now that are new journalers, so maybe someone hasn't seen this technique for making pockets. And I like this because it will, putting those little gussets on the side allows you to keep all the space in your envelope. If you were, or in your pocket rather, if you just glued it down flat on the pocket, you lose quite a bit of space inside because of where your glue is. By doing this, we'll glue on the outside, and that way you have the entire width of the pocket. Let me grab my glue book here and my glue stick. I'm just going to glue this top down, fold in everything, use my bone folder and get those creases nice and sharp. And then what I do is take a little dot of glue, put one right there and one right there on the gussets themselves, and fold up that bottom. That just keeps the folds from unfolding while I'm trying to glue it down, and it makes it so that the tag can slide in and out easily and not get caught on anything. Alright, so that's that. Get all these bits out of the way. I can't think with bits. And I'll take my handy dandy circle punch. I had to do surgery on it the other night. I think it might be at the end of its life. I just don't think it's going to sharpen anymore. It got stuck, like jammed. Some dictionary page got jammed in there, and boy, did it not ever want to come loose. And it was kind of sad. Punched through tinfoil, done all the things. Just think it might be too old. But, you know, 20 years is a good amount of time to put in. So then all you do is put glue, make sure you're getting glue all the way up to the top of your gusset, because you want to make sure that that's glued down well so nothing gets caught on it, sliding in and out. And you can put a great big journaling card in here, or ephemera, or whatever it is you would like to have on your journal page. Big photo, that'd be fun. And then some glue along the bottom. Shaky hands, as always. And we decided to put it up here, right? Yeah, I think so. I think so. I wouldn't actually put it this close to the top of the page because I wouldn't want whatever we put in the pocket to stick out above the page. But this is for the idea book, so it will remind me of the idea. Got a little glue down there, just rub it off. And then we were going to do this one. Well, I do like how that looks. Pretty. And the same thing. And again, you can do as many or as few pockets as you want. Get that glue on there. Oof, do you guys hear that crashing? They're doing snow removal. It's not actually snowing, but it has snowed so much the last week that they're getting it off the streets. They're taking it by dump truck to who knows where, because it's really hard to see around corners and things with the big giant mountains of snow. Huh. My gluing seems to be subpar today. Oh, well, it'll stick. And I think I want it down like that. So super fun, the different size tags that you can put in these. And as I said, you could put a journaling card in this one, or you could put a big photo, a folded piece of journaling paper. And then here's the last one. And I would normally ink the edges on these, just so they stand off the page a little more. But with the black background, I think it'll be just fine. Get this down. This is an old church cookbook, which I always pick up when I see them. I think they're super cute. Get that over there like that. And boom, Bob's your uncle, Bonnie's your aunt. You've got all these pockets on your page. So let's grab this. So you've got a big giant one up here. You've got a narrow one there and a smaller one there. And what Corey did was actually, and I thought it was so clever, she used some embellished paper clips and put them on here. This one's too big, but I don't have a smaller one. I've been sending them all out in Happy Mail, but she displayed some of her embellished paper clips on the pockets, which I thought was a really clever idea. So that is idea number 25 in our idea book. Hold on, and we'll do number 26. All right, I zoomed in a little bit for number 26 so that you could have a better view of the details. This is a really fun one, and there are a couple different ways you can do it. I'm going to show you one way, and then I'll show you a second way. It's a little trifold, and so I'm going to use this roadmap to America's diners or something, whatever this book is, and I want it to be taller. You can start this whole project by folding your base in half, but then it's only going to be this tall, and I want mine to be taller. So what we're going to do is take this piece. I've also got a little bit of cardstock and another sheet of the digi. And what we'll do is fold this into what Corey called loose thirds. Okay, so, oh, I forgot I zoomed in. Okay, so that's about loose thirds. What you want to do is make sure that this piece, the left-hand piece, is a little bit wider than the right-hand piece. Okay, it's probably wider than it needs to be, so let's go in a little bit more. I think that is going to do it. Awkward, but I think it'll work. Okay. Good grief. You know, things that are so easy to do when you're just hanging around, working on your journal. You turn on the camera and it becomes so tricky. So I'm trying to get this a little straighter. Burnish it down. And then what I will do is fold it, folding it almost to this edge, but not quite. I want to leave a little room there. So we'll do that. And I'll dig up my scoreboard because we want to do a second one about 1/8 of an inch away from that one. So I'm hoping that you can kind of see the folds. I don't know if you can. Let me turn it this way because it's easier to see on the plain part. So this is the fold we just made. I'm going to go 1/8 of an inch away and make another fold. Yep, that about got it, I think. Alrighty, let's see if we can get it to fold there. This paper is nice and sturdy, but it does not appreciate bone folding, scoring with the bone folder. Alright, so then what we have is a little tiny spine. Can you see right there? We've got that 1/8 of an inch that's making a spine. So that is what we need to do. Boom, put this away. And this is going to have a pocket on this side, so I'll take out my thumb notch. And try to get it lined up. And it's going to have a top pocket here. So we can, oh gosh, guys, I'm sorry. forgot that I zoomed in. Okay, so we'll have a side pocket here, a top pocket here. And then over here, oh, did I do that on the wrong side? Where's our little, I did. Man. Okay. You want your spine to be over here, but that's all right, we can fix it. Okay. Nope. Okay, so we've got a top pocket there, and then we want our little notch for the side pocket over here. It's going to not be the picture showing that I wanted to, but that's okay. It's an idea book. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? So I've got our little spine on this piece right here. So 1, 2, 3 panels. And then on this one, we do have that notch, but it's going to get covered up, so it's not the end of the world. What I want to do is use this digi, and I want to make it the same height as this piece. So I'll just make a little pencil mark. Try to line it up to get it straight. Can she do it? Nobody knows. I just love this page. I think it's so cute with the little girls and their tea party. Okay, so then what happens is we're going to, on this side, we want a side tuck right here. So I'm going to say that I want to, it folds around the page, so I want to fold it right about here. And it's totally up to you how deep you want that to go. You know, how deep you want this side part to be. I am all thumbs, aren't I? Would have been easier on the scoreboard, huh? Why make things easy? So that's going to go right over that edge. So we'll have a little side tuck right there. And we get one little girl. Should we put a thumb notch? Why not? Why not? Live on the edge. And again, I would probably ink all this. But who wants to watch me do that? Sometimes I make you watch. Not always. Okay. So that's going to go there. And then on this side, it's going to be a pocket and a belly band. It's the cutest pocket. I mean, a little folio thingy. It's got tons of spaces to put things. So we want to make sure our pocket is not going to interfere with our fold there. So we can probably go to about, make sure I'm measuring it right. What I'm doing is looking at the fold there. So we can probably go to right about there and fold it over a little bit. Actually, I don't think I want to fold it. I lied. Moving again. Hopefully I got it right. Did I guess right? Save that for something else. Let's see. Nope, I did not. Got to take a little more off. Darn it. Sorry, little girl, I'm tearing you in half. Hold on. It's gonna hurt. Oh, wrong side. It's gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. Alright. And on this one, I do want a thumb notch. So let's gauge the center. Oh, now I'm punching her head right off. Sorry, little girl. I've had a rough day, huh? Okay. What did I do with it? Oh, and then, this was what Corey had done, and I thought it was genius. She stitched this beautiful flower lace onto a strip of coffee-dyed tracing paper, to make the belly band, which is so smart because I'm sure you've had the experience of trying to make a belly band out of something like these beautiful flowers, and nothing will stay in there. It just slips out. The coffee-dyed paper adds that beautiful color behind it, but it will also help hold things in. So I thought that was super smart. So ultimately what's going to happen is this is going to go over that edge, right? And we're going to have a pocket there, our belly band there, and our pocket there. So before we glue this on, though, we need to put our belly band on. And I stitched on the amount of trim that was about the right length for, oh gosh, I'm off again. about the right length for this pocket, and I left maybe an inch of tracing paper on either end so I could fold it around to the back. Decide where we want it. I think I want it right over that girl. Well, pretty much covered up all the little girls or chopped their heads off. That's a shame. Grab some glue. Glue that down. Whoop. And then I'm going to pull that snugly, not so tight that you make the paper buckle, but snug enough that it will hold things. Give that a fold. I've got so much glue on my hands, good grief. The messiest crafter. Sometimes the tracing paper is a little hard to glue, so I thought I would put a little extra in there. Fold that up and around. Give it a mash. Oh, that is so crooked, but that's all right. Let's see if we can scoot it a little bit. Oh, no, that's where it lives now. Thanks for asking. Yep, a little crooked, and I pulled it a little tight, so don't do those things. Don't be that way. Don't be that person. Okay, so now I was smart enough to pull off some packing tape so you didn't have to hear that terrible noise. And I'm just going to cover the tracing paper, one, so that anything going in and out of the pocket won't get caught up, and two, to give it a little more stickiness to hold that tissue or that tracing paper down. Okay, and now we can glue. Make sure I'm getting it on the right side. Okay, there's our little spine. It's getting to be later in the afternoon and I don't have any sunshine, so it's harder to see. Okay, so what am I doing here? What the heck am I doing? Nope, can't do that. Guess we're doing it this way. I have confused myself, folks. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Okay, so we have what's going to be the side pocket here. We have our little spine right there. We're going to have the top loading pocket there. And now we'll take this, make sure it's right side up, and we can glue it to cover up the notch that I made in the wrong place. Fixed. Easy as that. I think this is such a great little folio setup thingy. If you had an event or something you were going to, it would be awesome. To have lots of places for pictures and memorabilia and journaling. And I got glue on my mat. And then you flip it over to this side, and we'll put glue here and down this way and across here. Yes, it is right side up. That's a plus, huh? Oh, and I'm off that way. I think I zoomed in too close. Maybe that's the problem. I do wish I had inked the edges so it would stand out more, but it'll be okay. It will be okay. So then, this will fold this way, and this will fold over it. Now, the reason we put that gusset in was because of the thickness of that belly band. The first time I did it, I wasn't going to put in the gusset, and it just didn't fold right at all. And it looks like I folded it a little too long, so we'll just take a little bit. So this piece is longer than this. I didn't do a good job on my thirds, so we can just trim a little bit off. Not a problem. Just a little. Try to get it straight. What a concept. Is it? Nobody knows. Oh gosh, no. That's okay. Oh, it's still a little bit too long. Huh. Well, how about if we make a mark? There's the overlap. We'll line it up on a line. How about that? That's an idea. Okay. We'll have to put our thumb notch back in, but these things happen. Okay, so there we go. Yes. And that way it's not peeking over. Okay, so now we have the base piece all done. We just need to make the cover that it's going to go in. So it will be glued down like this. This will be a side tuck. This will be a top tuck or pocket, a side tuck here, and a pocket here with a belly band here. So now what I'm going to do is use a piece of cardstock. Oh, I love these colors together. A piece of cardstock to make kind of a base. I don't know what else to call it. And that's so it will lie flat. So I'm going to guesstimate, think that's 1/8 of an inch right there. So we'll score it to make our gusset. Oh, you're too tall. Darn it. I was hoping it would be okay. And I want to leave a little bit of a border all the way around. And then try to tear this. It might be horribly misbegotten. Let's see if we can do it. Can she do it? Haha. Lovely. And I like how it looks. So now we can put our little gusset in. Okay, there's one. Oop. Jump the tracks. And there's two. Again, it's 1/8 of an inch apart. Let's see if we can get those folded. There we go. I think I saved it, but it's terribly crooked. Okay, so we have that, and what we're going to do is glue this pocket down. So this is a top loading, so I'll go down this side, go across the bottom, and go down the right hand side. Smooth that down. And this is the side pocket, so I will go across here and across here. And just for fun, why don't we go down the side? It's me dragging my sleeve through the glue, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So that one goes there. Get that nice and smushed down. And then that one goes like that. That gusset is what allows this to go over and lie flat. So then all we have to do is decide. I think this might be a little, there we go. I was going to say it's too wide, but I'm gonna leave her be. Put a pencil mark there. Grab our chopper. There we go. So then this will close up. You could glue it down on the page like this with a ribbon behind it to tie it close. Darn it. With a ribbon, glue a ribbon behind it to close it, which I think would be adorable. You could glue it on just this edge, and this edge, and have another pocket back there if you wanted to as well. Lots of different variations. Decorating the front will be a hoot and a half. So you open it up, you've got your pocket here. You've got your pocket here at the top. You've got a tuck over here. When you close this, you've got your pocket here, and you've got a belly band here. Isn't that the cutest thing you've ever seen? Only takes a minute. I just think it's adorable. The other way that you could do it, if you didn't want to use the cardstock, is just use any old piece of paper and fold it in half, so that the back of this side will be acting as the cardstock did on this one. So you would just do the same thing, fold it in loose thirds. Harder to do with folded paper. Get that burnish. Get a burnish down here. Okay. So you'd have that, and then you would open it up My fingers are covered in glue. Nothing's working. Well, opening it up should not be tricky, but apparently it is for me today. Okay, so you would take your thumb notch there and here. Fold it back up like that. The piece that we put on here, the digi that we used around the corner, would wrap around like this. And then you'd have a standalone sort of doohickey. So this would go, you could glue the back on to your page. You could glue the back on as a pocket onto your page that way. Lots and lots of different things you could do. So that is another version of how to do this lovely little trifold wallet guy, which is Corey's idea number 26. So thank you so much if you stuck it out this long. I really appreciate you. Let me know in the comments if you guys are making an idea book. I'm really curious. It's super fun, and I actually do refer to it quite often. So I'm going to say goodbye. I will see you really soon, and thanks so much.